What's up, guys? It's Techno Viking 23 coming to you today with a little bit of a channel update, life update, ramble session, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to be playing a little bit of Mass Effect 3 multiplayer here in the background, so I hope you guys will enjoy that once we get the game started here. First off, guys, wanted to say thank you so much for 1,000 subs. I just recently went over 1,000 this week. Even though I'm not doing YouTube to try to make a bunch of money or get famous or anything, it's still very humbling and a very humbling milestone to hit, and I really appreciate the fact that over 1,000 of you like to come and watch me ramble on and talk about video games and watch me play video games and talk about life and other things. So really appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much again for helping me get those 1,000 subscribers. Really great just to know that there's that many people who are interested. So hope you guys have been enjoying content and stuff on the channel recently. Of course, as always, guys, feel free to comment below. Let me know what you think about the channel. Let me know if there's anything specific you guys want to see. Maybe I can accommodate it. I don't know. Anyways, going to move on now to a few, just like I said, this is going to be a little bit of a ramble session, just a couple of things that are going on. I did want to apologize, actually. A couple of my most recent videos might be suffering from a few little audio problems. There was an issue with the Elgato game capture software that was causing some audio problems, and so I had to basically uninstall and reinstall and update to the newest version of the software to go with the capture card. So hopefully that's all been solved and put away and won't have to deal with it anymore. So that's just one little thing that one little issue we're dealing with here. Let's see, what else? Oh yeah, still looking for a job. Unfortunately, I have been out of work now for about almost 3 weeks, so that is not fun. That's one of the reasons I haven't been as productive with some of my Let's Play series as I've wanted to. I did finish up my Mass Effect series. Going to be moving on to Mass Effect 2. I do want to get started on Master Chief Collection and go play Halo 1 through 4, but unfortunately, during the day, guys, right now, I don't have a whole lot of time. It's kind of weird when you're not working and you're unemployed. It's like looking for a new job is almost like having a full-time job. So, spending the day running around, checking with some contacts I have in my line of work, and been stopping by a few law firms and just dropping off resumes at places, trying to get my face out there and applying to whatever I can find. But it's a very saturated market right now for what I want to do. Actually, what I do is if you guys haven't watched any of my other Ramble videos before, I basically do land research for energy companies that want to purchase someone's land rights to drill for oil and gas or something like that. I go to the courthouse and I run the title work back to the 1800s. It's very in-depth. It's pretty cool. You get to learn a lot of history you're working in. You get to travel quite a bit, go all over the place, and you are an independent contractor, so you don't actually have benefits or anything, but at the same time, you kind of get to make your own hours. You get to be your own boss. And it is kind of a fun job. I like to travel around. I get to go visit a lot of new different places. And, I do like having the freedom. I have a lot of extra time sometimes to be able to do YouTube and other things and other hobbies, but I do really enjoy it. And unfortunately, what has happened is the energy prices, gas prices, how the economy in general right now is really, really bad. It's taken a little bit of a downturn. And this happened earlier in the year. Actually, it's funny. When I started my YouTube channel, it was back, I think, in February, and I actually was out of work for about 2.5 months back then. So that's when I was able to make the bulk of my videos and started with my YouTube channel. So it's kind of funny because that's what's kind of happening again. So I've been out of work now for about 3 weeks. And the problem is when I get let go, like it's kind of an at-will thing. Like you're on a contract, so if your employer wants to let you go, they just kind of say, okay, we don't need you guys anymore. So they told us about a month ago, they didn't know if they were going to have a whole lot of work left. Kind of gave us a little bit of a heads up. So I've been looking for almost a month, really, if I put that into it. Problem is, though, like the company I was working for, we had 15 independent contractors. So, of course, when I get let go, that means the other 14 people get let go. And it's like I'm now competing with those other 15 to find a new job, in addition to the other, 100 or so people who are out there also trying to, find work. So it can be very frustrating. It can be very hard. There's a lot of competition out there right now, and that can be something that really just prevents you from being able to find a job. So not really sure what I'm going to do. I've probably put out at least 30 resumes at this point in the last 2 weeks, and just trying to go around and talk to people I used to know. Prospects aren't looking too good, but I do have a backup plan in mind. We'll see what happens. You know, with things going on this week, I'm going to try to hopefully get a couple of leads and be able to get back to doing what I was doing before. But if not, I do have a backup plan, but unfortunately that will probably involve me having to move back down south where I moved up here from 5 years ago to get back into the industry that I used to work in, which was property management, corporate America, things like that. It's funny, I actually do have a lot of contacts down south who have been contacting me in the last couple of weeks. It seems like the job market is much better down there, and they've actually been asking me if I'm interested in coming back to be a manager. So I do have some options, and I don't think it would take me long to find work once I got down there. So that is definitely something I'm going to have to look at if job prospects in the area I'm in right now don't pick up. And the other thing is, even though I enjoy being the independent, doing the independent contractor thing, it does kind of suck in terms of the fact that I'm now having to look for a job for the second time in about 8 months. So that is not fun. That's not the fun part of it. So that's pretty much it for the life update, the sad stuff. Let's move on to some more positive news. Let's see. We got the internet fixed this week, which was good. If you guys have watched some other videos, you've probably heard me complain about the internet service I have here, or we have here at the apartment complex I live in. Unfortunately, when I moved in, the apartment complex has this like bulk internet account with some third-party provider. I don't even know who it is, but they basically provided wireless for the entire apartment complex. Every building had a server in it and a wireless server, so you basically had to share the wireless connection with everybody on your floor, everybody in your building, and it was just horrendous. It was terrible. Now, when no one was here, it worked pretty good. You know, I could do videos and I could play have a good time, but it was pretty bad. And I complained about it a few times in the office. They finally went so far as to add a separate network in just for gaming. They put a video game wireless network in so we could all play Xbox and PlayStation 4. And so they got that to work out, but that was still pretty bad. The quality was not very good. The signal was not very good. The speed was okay, but it just wasn't overall a very good experience. And so we kept complaining. A couple other people here in the building were as vocal as me. And what I really was upset about was the fact that they had this agreement with this third party so that no one else could come in here and actually provide internet service. Like if you wanted to go out and get Comcast or Verizon, you were pretty much SOL. And unfortunately, they would not allow us. Even if we decided to go out there and spend our own money, we could not get anybody else to come in and install internet for us. I even tried to bribe the Comcast guy when he was here installing my HD cable. I was like, dude, I'll give you $100. Just put the cable modem in, you know? It's kind of funny. And he wouldn't do it. He's like, I'll get in big time trouble. He goes, you guys are under this contract. And Comcast provides the cable service here, but they aren't allowed to provide internet. And so basically what had happened was the internet company, or the actual company that owns the apartment complex, did not want to give us the opportunity to get our own internet, because they would have had to pay a pretty substantial buyout amount on this contract they had entered with this third party to provide the internet service. And in that contract, of course, it said that they weren't allowed to have anybody else come in here and provide internet service. So they kind of had a little bit of a monopoly on it, but it drove me nuts, because I was telling them, I said, you know, I pay for it, my rent every month, and if I can't, I'm not even allowed to go out and buy my own internet, you know, get my own Comcast or Verizon or whoever, so I can actually get a reliable connection. And you know, the thing was, not just for gaming, but I work from home a lot, and I have to email reports, I have to send all that stuff in, and if I don't have reliable internet at home, well, it's kind of hard to you know, run my contracting business. So that was always something that was a bit of a sore point for me. However, this last week, we actually 2 weeks ago, the manager who was working here previously, she quit or went somewhere else or got fired. I'm not sure what happened. They kind of made it look like she left on her own account, but I don't know. From what I've heard, you know, around the water cooler in the area, I think she was asked to leave or left, or got fired or whatever. But anyway, so we got a new manager in, and of course I went down to the office and I was complaining again. And you know, they know I'm pretty vocal around here, especially when it comes to these problems. And you guys know me, I'm pretty vocal about problems on videos. So I just, you know, if I see something wrong, I'm just going to talk about it, and I'm going to keep asking about it. I'm going to keep going to the higher ups and trying to figure out how we can fix it. So finally, this week they came in, they brought in a bunch of internet technicians, and they hooked everybody up and gave us all our own wired connection inside our own apartment. So we were able to get our own, like, plug in a Cat5 cable type thing, get our own connection in each apartment that we only could use for ourselves. No one else could use it. So I was able to do that and set up a router and get a much better internet connection. And then they went above and beyond that. They actually were able to get out of the contract with the third party, and they actually went in, because they already have the cable here with Comcast, and we pay it every month. We pay like an all-inclusive fee. It's like you pay your rent, and that includes all your utilities and your cable and all that stuff. So they actually already have Comcast for the cable for the area. So what they did was they went in, and Comcast decided to give us all our own cable modems, and we don't have to pay for it. So it's all within that same thing, covered under the TV with the internet, with the rent and everything. So we had to go into Comcast on Monday, go pick up another modem. It's either that or have to wait for them to ship it here. Got that, got my router hooked up, got everything running real smooth now. So I've got a pretty solid internet connection now. I think I've got a ping of like 15. I've got an download of like 30, and I think my upload is like 8 or 9. So not amazing, but still pretty good and a lot better than what we had before. I've actually been able to get an open NAT on all my gaming systems now for multiplayer, so it's been a much more enjoyable experience getting the internet taken care of. Other than that, I think that's pretty much it. Not much else going on around here. Just looking for a job. That's pretty much it. In terms of what we're going to be doing with the channel, like I said, I do want to get my Master Chief Collection video series going. Hopefully I can get that going here pretty soon. I got to hook up my Xbox to the capture card and see if we can't start working on that. Now, like I said, I did finish Mass Effect. We are going to move on to Mass Effect 2. That's going to be the next Let's Play series I'm going to start. Hoping I'm not going to run into a ton of copyright problems with that, because unfortunately Mass Effect 2 went in, and what they did was they added a freaking amazing soundtrack to the game, for especially the parts where you're running around and shooting aliens, and they added this really good soundtrack to it, and I hope that I'm not going to get clipped on copyright with that, because it would be very easy for them to do it, but I hope they won't. But we'll burn that bridge when we get to it. We'll see what happens. Mass Effect 2 is an amazing game. I can't wait to share that game with you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the Mass Effect series, and I hope it's encouraged some of you to pick up the Mass Effect trilogy if you have not already. It's definitely a game trilogy / series that I think you have to experience at least once. And in my case, more than once. I've played that game. I can't even tell you how many hours I've got sunk into Mass Effect, and I just have loved every single bit of it. So that's pretty much it here, guys. Hope everybody else is doing well. Hope you guys are having a good week. It's probably going to be Friday when I post this, so hopefully you guys are ready for the weekend. I know I am, even though it's funny, even though I'm not working right now, it's like I feel, like I said, I almost feel like I've got a job trying to find a job. You know, it's a lot of driving around, a lot of stuff going on here. So hope you guys are ready for the weekend. I hope you guys have a great weekend as usual. And again, guys, thank you so much for the 1,000 subscribers. Really means a lot to see everybody come around and enjoy the channel. And we're getting a lot more comments lately. A lot more people are having some good times in the comment section. We're having some really good discussion. So really enjoying it, guys. Really having a lot of fun with YouTube, trying to improve as I go along. You know, like I said, I started this from scratch. No video editing experience whatsoever. No experience making thumbnails. No experience making videos. So it's been a really fun learning experience, and I'm glad you guys have been along for the ride. So that's gonna do it for me, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, I'll try to just do kind of a Ramble life update video here, so I'll keep you guys posted, and hopefully things will look up here pretty soon, and we'll get work again and be able to start making some money, because we need to make money. You gotta have money to live. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for me. I've rambled on long enough. Hope you guys are having a great day. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again next time.